Record. Okay, welcome everyone. This is Skip Neal, your gallivanting guru here in Texas, and I've got my good friend Dave McKay with us today for a Zoom. It's actually the first of 3 installments Dave is willing to help me with all my clients and viewers that want to learn more about Tahiti. And today, Dave is going to discuss with us his beautiful property in Bora Bora, La Bora Bora. And so I'm going to hand it now over to Dave and let Dave educate us on all things new and coming with La Bora Bora. And Dave is going to start out here by telling you guys for the next 30 seconds why you should listen in to us two chaps talk for the next 10 or 15 minutes. So Dave, it's always the floor is yours, my friend.
Okay, Skip, thank you very much. And good morning or good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Just to answer Skip's question there, well, the first thing is that the Tahiti as a destination has been open since the 15th of July last year. And one of the keys to the destination is that given the times that we're currently in, this destination is what we call a naturally socially distanced destination. We don't have any high-rise hotel complexes or anything like that. And as you can see from this image here of La Bora Bora, the Overwater bungalows are spaced, quite far apart from each other. And so it's just a natural social distancing experience and probably one of the most beautiful destinations in the world. And today with La Bora Bora, what's really exciting for us is that we only opened this resort on the 15th of September, 2020. And we've just completed a $41 million or 41 million euros, sorry, renovation of the resort. So what we're going to do now is just take you on a quick journey through the destination. But before we start, let's just talk a little bit about getting to Tahiti and what the requirements are. Currently, of course, with the COVID situation that we have, you will require to have a COVID test before you depart. Skip has all the information on that for you. So if you need more information on the entry requirements for Tahiti, Skip will have all that for you. So let's just talk about the new La Bora Bora experience. And before we do that, we'll just mention some of the other hotels we'll be talking about in our series. This shot here that you see of the map of Tahiti, this of course is not to scale, first of all. So just to give you some idea of what we're talking about here. So we have resorts in La Taha in the main island of Tahiti, in Papeete, the Taha Island Resort and Spa, La Bora Bora that we're going to be talking about today, the Tiki Hau, and also the Nukuhiva up in the Marquesas Islands. And before you even get to Tahiti, I suppose we should just explain to you how you actually get there from North America. Well, Skip has contracts basically with Air Tahiti Nui and also United Airlines as well. And so with Air Tahiti Nui, you're flying through Los Angeles, into the main island here of Tahiti to the airport at Fa'a'a. And with United Airlines, you fly through San Francisco to Tahiti. Now, the flight with Air Tahiti Nui is an overnight flight, so you arrive early in the morning, so you have easy access to get out to the other islands. And with United, you're flying in the afternoon, which gives you the opportunity to stay overnight in Tahiti if you wish. Getting around the islands is very, very simple. You fly on the local airline carrier, Air Tahiti, and the distance between the islands is not great. This is known as the Society Islands here. So to get to a place like Taha or Bora Bora, for example, it's a 35-minute flight directly to Bora Bora, or you can a 30-minute flight to Raiatea, and then you travel by boat up to the resort. And life in Tahiti is always connected to the ocean. So many of the airports here in Tahiti are on small islands or motus, as we say. So for example, when you go to La Bora Bora and you come out to the back of the airport there, you just got to be a bit careful because you might just fall into the lagoon before you head out on your
Very true.
On your transfer boat to Bora Bora, as Skip knows, because obviously he's been to the destination several times. So let's just talk about where we are. As I mentioned, a 35-minute flight from Papeete to La Bora Bora. We're only 10 minutes from the airport, so very close by. Also, this is the main island of Tahiti. Sorry, of Bora Bora. What am I talking about there? Main island of Bora Bora, and it's one of the main features of La Bora Bora is Mount Otumanu. This is the classic iconic feature of La Bora Bora. And of course, the magnificent lagoons. As Skip knows from going to Bora Bora, you know, when you look at a brochure and you look at the lagoon live when you're there, the color of the water is actually better.
Yep.
Actually seeing it live than you'll see in a
Yep.
brochure. All these different colors of blue and turquoise. It's really quite a great experience. And then the transfer to from the airport to the resort is like a little excursion unto itself, isn't it, Skip? Because you've got the view of the mountains and that sort of thing as well. We are also a private island experience, so there's no other resorts around us when you come and stay with us here at La Bora Bora. We are a 4-star experience, so from a price point perspective, we do have some strong offers in the marketplace that Skip has available to him. And with the renovation, it's a completely new look for La Bora Bora. So let's just talk a little bit about what we've done here. La Bora Bora is part of the Pearl Resorts of Tahiti group. And so we are a locally owned hotel group. And so authenticity is a really important part of our belief that we have here. So whether you stay at La Bora Bora, whether you stay at La Taha, probably 95% of our staff come from the local islands of Taha and Bora Bora. So our way of giving back to our community is to employ our communities. And secondly, the architectural style that we have is we try and incorporate a lot of Tahitian feeling in our architectural style. And being like in Bora Bora, at Bora Bora in some ways, it's like being in a Tahitian village, really. A quick map here of the resort to show you. This shows you all of our overwater bungalows. Of course, we have our beach bungalow product as well, and our garden pool villas. So if you want to, you can always go into a beach villa or a garden villa. But of course, as Skip knows, a lot of people, when they come to Bora Bora, they really want to try and get into the overwater bungalow experience if they can.
It's a must, Dave. I mean, it's even if I think it's a good, I don't know what you think too. I think you and I've talked about this before. It's good to do even a split time so if you're at La Bora Bora, 2 or 3 nights, maybe in the beach bungalow, and then your last 3 nights or 4 nights in the overwater, because it's, I mean, to me, that's one of the keys to that destination that makes it so unique.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point, Skip. And what you also might want to consider as well is combining La Bora Bora with another island, for example, La Taha. So, for example, at La Taha, you could stay in a beach bungalow there, which gives you a different experience, and then you can have an overwater bungalow experience in Bora Bora. So that's an option for you as well.
Yep.
Just a bit of a fun fact here for everybody. When we did the renovation, we actually built all the overwater bungalows on land. And then we built the pontoons and we put them on barges and we took them all around to the various locations on the pontoons. And so that's how they were built. I was actually out here last year, actually, Skip, and I sneaked out here one evening and I carved my name into a couple of the bungalows here. So you may be staying in Dave's bungalow when you're at La Bora Bora.
Good for you.
Okay, so here we go.
Do you know which number it is? Because I can make
it. I don't. It's a mystery.
That's okay. That's okay. Good for you.
Okay. This is the overwater bungalow experience. So this is the interior of the new bungalow. So as you can see, we have these beautiful Tahitian carving towers here. All the crown molding is all carvings again from Tahiti. You have to remember that the language of Polynesia was always a spoken language. It was never a written language. So all of the history of the people was passed down through the telling of legends, song and dance, tattooing, of course, and also carving. And that's what you'll see right throughout our bungalows here at the Bora Bora. One thing to note, that all of the bungalows, the overwater bungalows, have exactly the same layout. So what you're seeing today is exactly the same wherever you go, except for the end of pontoon 1-bedroom suites that we have at the resort. You have this great little coffee table at the end of the bed here. This actually lifts up and is lighted at night, so the fish naturally come under your bungalow, so you can feed the fish if you wish as well. Um, and just a quick note, obviously fully air conditioned to ceiling fans. I know a lot of you out there take a lot of your various gadgets and computers these days, so we've rewired the resort with USB ports, that sort of thing. As Skip knows, Wi-Fi is complimentary right throughout the entire resort as well. And a little added bonus that we've added is complimentary mini bars. Now, they're not full mini bars, but what we do is it's a couple of beers, um, some fruit juice, um,
That's good.
soft drinks, bottled water, and a couple of snacks.
Yeah.
And that's actually refreshed daily for you. So that's a nice little thing that we have here at La Bora Bora. The lead-in overwater bungalow. So this is our lead-in category, the overwater bungalow category. It's 851 square feet. And of that, it's about 400, just over 400 square feet on the outdoor living space. One of the new things we've added to the bungalows is an overwater hammock, which is really kind of cool. So
That's a
during the
great idea.
day, yeah. So during the day, you can be out there lying on your overwater hammock. Although what I think is even better to do is to go out onto your hammock at night and just look up at the southern sky. And the southern sky in the South Pacific is one of the most beautiful starlit skies you'll see anywhere in the world. We take a maximum of 3 people in the bungalow, but this is really ideal for a couple, honeymoon couples, etc. And of course, the bathroom, everybody wants to see the bathrooms area. So again, you can see the Tahitian look in the bathrooms, the Tahitian carving that you see there. And you can't quite see this, but above the uh, bathtub here, we actually have little glass panels. So while you're soaking in the bath, you can actually look down into the lagoon, or while you're brushing your teeth, you can actually look down into the
Oh,
lagoon and see all the marine life down there. Skip, we've actually changed the look of this area a little bit, actually. So this is the new look that we had. We decided to make it a little bit more Polynesian with
okay.
the
Yeah.
pedestal
No.
sinks and things like that. So that's the new look of sort of the sink area in the bathroom.
Looks
In North
great.
America, I think in the US, we would call this abalone shell. In Australia, in New Zealand, or the Pacific Islands, we call it pawa.
Yep.
And you have these beautiful feature walls in the bathroom as well. Now, the other thing that we've added, which is new to us, is a new room category. So for when you come to Bora Bora, a lot of guests asked us and asked Skip actually about overwater bungalows with pools. Now, typically to get an overwater bungalow with pool, you have to go into a 5-star resort. That all changes with the new La Bora Bora. This is our overwater bungalow with pool. We only have 6 of these, and they all have these magnificent views out onto Mount Otumanu. Slightly bigger than the regular overwater bungalow, but the interior space looks exactly the same. It's just that the deck area is a little bigger. Here you can see your overwater hammock, which is a feature of all the bungalows, and then of course your plunge pool here, which you can actually just wind your day away, just lying in your pool, looking out onto the magnificent lagoon and Mount Otumanu. Okay,
Yep.
so a great room category and something to consider if you're wanting to just spend a little bit more money and get a really different experience in the destination. As I mentioned, all the interior size and layout is exactly the same as our overwater and lagoon overwater bungalows as well. For those of you
Hey,
who,
quick
yes,
question. How many total? Oh, I know you said there's 6 with the pool. How many total overwater bungalows?
oh, okay, sorry, good question. So we have a total of 79 overwater bungalows now.
Okay.
Um, and just as a note for those folks who are listening in, when you're talking to Skip, the location of the overwater bungalow dictates the price point that you'll be paying. So, like for example, an overwater bungalow, our lead-in category, will be sort of closer in. Our lagoon overwater bungalows has a completely different view. Then we have the Otu Manu or the mountain view overwater bungalows, and then we have the overwater bungalows with pools. So that will dictate the price point you'll be actually paying is your location. Some folks, though, Skip, feel that they would rather be land-based. And we have two different options for folks as well if they wanted to do that. This is our new garden pool villa. This villa has, again, like our beach bungalow, has been completely reimagined. This used to be a little tiny swimming pool that you could dip your little big toe into.
It's true.
It's true, right?
Yep.
But now
That's great.
it's completely new. What
Yep.
we've done here is that we've actually enlarged the garden around here, and it's a much larger space now as well. Um, the interior, again, keeping with
Oh,
the Tahitian theme with these beautiful Tahitian carvings, all the Tahitian woods as well. Another view here, we actually added a new set of windows here to enhance the lighting as well. And of course, the garden pool bathroom. Now, as Skip knows, this used to be an indoor-outdoor bathroom here.
yep.
And it was one of those situations where 50% of the people loved it and 50% of the people not so much. So what we decided to do was make the bathroom completely enclosed. However, the architect was a bit cheeky here, and in the shower area, for some reason, he put in a glass sliding door. So
Oh,
I guess you can still get an outdoor experience when you're showering and just open the door and stick your head out. I don't know,
okay.
but whatever. But
Yep.
it's
It's an
but
option. It's
it's
an
an
option.
option. There you go. It's an
It's an
option.
option.
But again, if you're a little bit, your budget is a little bit challenged, this is a great option to come into. You can't go wrong in staying in a garden pool
No,
bungalow.
that's great.
You're only 200 feet from the beach. And Mount Otumani is not going anywhere. It's always going to be there. So you're always going to see it from different parts of the resort as well. Okay. Um, the other bungalow type I want to talk a little bit about, because often in Tahiti, we talk a lot about honeymoons and anniversaries and weddings and all these sorts of things. But we are seeing more and more families coming to the destination as well. And our new, completely reimagined beach villas are really ideal for families. We've got an outdoor space, which is similar to that of the garden pool villa. We've put in this brand new deck area here and your own private gazebo. So you have a beachside deck and gazebo, fully air conditioned, ceiling fans like all the bungalows. And this is 1,544 square feet. So
Wow.
this is the look of the beach villa product. So again, you see all the beautiful Tahitian woods here, the carvings, all that sort of thing. Um, just this area here before this is a sofa bed here, but we have pocket doors here. So these pocket doors actually enclose the bedroom from the lounge area. So mum and dad can get a little bit of privacy if they wish.
Very good.
We can take up to a maximum of 5 people in the bungalow. We can sort of take mum and dad and up to 3 kids. If you like, we can put in sofa beds for you uh, for Skip's guests, and there is no charge for rollaway beds here.
Wow.
And
That's
as
really
Skip
good.
knows, here in the Bora Bora and at Lataha and our other resorts, kids under the age of 12 eat free and stay free.
Yeah.
So
Huge.
it
That's
does
really,
create
really
some
nice.
value for families by staying in a
Absolutely.
beach villa product. If you really wanted to go into an overwater bungalow, you could actually do that if you wanted to, but you could only go into the end of pontoon 1 bedroom suite. Our regular overwater bungalows only have a maximum of 3 people. And if you've got a young family, I think it's probably better to put people into a beach villa
Yeah.
rather than an overwater bungalow. Again, you have your own private plunge pool as well, an outdoor shower. And just a note for families here, Skip, is that if folks do have younger families, we actually have a gated fence that we actually put around the complete outside of the pool as a little extra security member, so the little ones don't accidentally decide to go for a swim by themselves.
That
in the
is
pool.
great, Dave. That's really nice to have.
The bathroom area, again, very in keeping with these new pedestal sinks that we actually have here. So a great bungalow for families, also for a couple as well. You know, you can combine this with an overwater bungalow if you wanted to, or stay in a beach villa for your entire stay. Now, the other product that we've actually introduced into the resort is our new 2-bedroomed villa. Now, this is over 4,600 square feet with the outdoor space. And I like the image on the right that I put here because it shows you a great shot of our beach area. And our beach area stretches the entire length of of the resort. And as you can see, the beautiful white sand with just the crystal clear blue water there. And so really quite good. So, and all of the views from not just the 2-bedroom, but the 1-bedroom villa all have views out onto Mount Otumanu as well. Okay. So if you've got a family of 4, or if you've got a generational family, or you've got 2 couples, what we essentially did here is we took 2 beach villas and we connected them in the middle with this beautiful lounge area here. So we can take up to a maximum of 8 people. We also have a kitchen area as well. Not that you're going to be using it that much, but you might want to bring in one of our chefs and they'll cook an evening meal in your bungalow for you. So that's an option for you in this particular product as well. So that's probably one of our sort of unique features at this resort now, is that we have this product available for you. Okay.
That is great.
So that just tells you a little bit about um, the overwater bungalow product, the beach product, and our garden pool villas. So you have a variety of options there available to you. And I just want to talk a little bit now about our dining experience in the public areas. Unfortunately, I don't have a new image. This is sort of just an artist impression here, but this just gives you an idea of what's upcoming for us. So we are what we call, it's called a Roulian Chateau property. And what Roulian Chateau is, it's an organization that has hotels and resorts in its collection that must meet a certain food and beverage standard, and also a certain customer service standard as well. So it's almost like we're self-regulating ourselves in many respects. But what we've done here is pretty exciting. We're adding a whole bunch of new restaurants to the resort. Our existing restaurants, which is the Mickey restaurant here, and the Tiavaroa restaurant, which has been renamed the Otumanu restaurant, have been completely remodeled and reimagined. We're also adding in 2021 a fine dining restaurant. And what's pretty exciting is that we're also adding a wine bar at the resort as well. And it's been elevated. So the view from the wine bar has views right out over the lagoon and onto Mount Otumanu. Brand new swimming pool, swim up bar as well. So Mickey is when we have lunch and dinner. Otumanu is breakfast and dinner. The wine bar and a fine dining restaurant in the evenings. Our swim up bar also has a snack menu available as well. And of course, we have a full room service meal for room service program. And for those folks who want to have a little romantic dinner or something like that, you're not just restricted to dining in the resorts. We have various locations around the resort where you can we can set up a nice romantic dinner for Skip's guests as well. Okay. So
Hey,
that just
Dave,
tells you.
has the wine bar opened yet, or is it?
The wine bar opens next week, actually, Skip.
Okay.
Okay. And just one last point on dining. For those of you who are a little bit like me, who have some food challenges, for example, I have a celiac problem, so I'm gluten free. Or if you're vegan or something like that, just let Skip know, because we do have vegan and gluten free menus available, and we'll make those available to him. He'll also reach out to us as well. And what we will do for you is that we'll actually have our food and beverage manager meet you on arrival and discuss your menu program for your entire stay that you're with us at the Bora Bora. So if you've got an allergy, a special meal requirement, no problem at all. And Skip can assist you with all of that as well.
Yep.
Okay.
And Dave, I'll pop in here real quick just to give you kudos, because what you're saying, to let people know, it is correct, because you guys self-regulating yourself is the term you use, which I think is correct. I never get a complaint about customer service or food with you guys. I mean, it's always consistent. The clients always say, and being able to um, get the chef to sit down with you and go over menu items of what if you're allergic to or whatever. That is all true, and it speaks volumes. And the feedback I get is really, really good. So
Yeah.
I know I've told you that before, but just to reiterate.
Yeah, thanks, Skip. Yeah, it's really important. I'll give you a quick funny story. I can't say who it is, but we have a gentleman actually who stays at Lataha. He comes to us every year, stays for like 6 weeks, and we have to bring in massive bags of carrots because at 11 o'clock every morning he has to have fresh carrot juice. So that just gives you some idea of some of the
Yeah,
things that we can
that
do.
is crazy.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a great
but
testimonial.
so the Otumani restaurant here. So this is our main restaurant, if you like. This is where we have our breakfast and dinner. What's also interesting to note, when we were closed for the renovation, we also enhanced our gardens as well. So this is our head chef here, Claude, and all of our vegetables and herbs are locally grown in our gardens at the Bora Bora. A shot here of the outdoor dining experience that you can have at our restaurants as well. So not only are we socially distanced, but pretty much all of our restaurants, with the exception of the wine bar, are pretty open. And so, we obviously, with the weather that we have there, it's pretty much great all year round. And you can have different dining experiences even within our restaurants as well. And this shot here again gives you a view down the swimming pool, um, the new swim up bar as well. The pool bar, the pool and the Mickey bar, the Mickey restaurant. As I said, this is now fully open as well. And again, this is where we have lunch and dinner available as well. We have a great menu item here. I love, Skip. It's called a hot rock,
Hot
and
rock?
yeah, and so what it is, it's like I don't know, it's a piece of granite or something. And what they do is they heat it up, right? And then you get to choose your protein, like seafood, chicken, lamb, or beef,
Yeah.
and they bring it out to you, and you actually cook it yourself on top of the hot rock.
Oh,
It's kind of
cool.
a cool
Yeah,
dining experience. Yeah, so I like it a lot.
that is great. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, wonderful spa experience here as well. Um, and the spa, Skip, actually is currently closed. So it's a wonderful spa, but we're doing a major renovation of the spa as well. But we've set up a temporary spa in two of our garden pool units, and the spa will be open probably late January, early February.
Okay.
Now, for those of you who are brave enough, you can also get inked here at Bora Bora as well. We have our own resident tattoo artist on site. So if you wanted to get a souvenir of Tahiti permanently, you can get tattooed here. And it's really kind of fun, actually, because it's just not a hi mum or I love you tattoo. What he likes to do is he sits down with you and he asks about your family, what your experiences are, what you enjoy doing, and all these sorts of things. And he'll actually design a tattoo that is very personalized to you, which is very much in keeping with the Polynesian
Yep.
way of life, where tattooing was one of the things they used to pass down the history of their people to the young kids and stuff like that as well. But and
Right.
do it towards the end of your stay, by the way, because as you know, you can't go in the water once you've been tattooed.
Right.
Um, but a nice option for you if you want. Lots of different water sports as well. Easy to get around the resort. We have these new motorized carts. We do recognize that some folks that stay with us do have some mobility challenges. So we've brought in these new carts to bring our guests back to our main dining areas and things like that as well. And also we have some pretty cool excursions. So all non-motorized water sports are complimentary at the resort. So snorkeling equipment, that sort of thing. We have paddle boards available for you. In Bora Bora, as Skip knows, there is a a multiple number of different excursions that you can do, from 4x4 excursions, shark and ray feeding, lagoon tours, that sort of thing. But we at Bora Bora are the first resort to be allowed to do its own excursion. Um, all the excursions are normally done by the local population, which is a good thing. But what we've introduced is the very first solar-powered catamaran into the destination. And we use this for our sunset cruises. Departs at 5:30, only takes a maximum of 12 people. And it's great. It's just like being on a yacht. There's actually no sound here. So it's kind of fun. We provide complimentary wine and beer as well, soft drinks. It's about $120 US per person. And it's very much in keeping with our brand, which is about authenticity, but also recognize the importance of our environment around us. At all of our resorts now, just at Bora Bora, we've actually also built solar farms. So 30% of our energy now is directly from solar power here at Bora Bora, also at Lataha, and also Le Tikihau as well. And coming in March, we are going to be introducing these guys. And these are our brand new airport shuttle boats. And again, they are solar powered catamarans that we'll be using to shuttle you from the airport to our resorts, which I mentioned at the top. It's only a 10-minute shuttle boat ride from the Motu airport in Bora Bora. So that just gives you a quick overview of Bora Bora today. And this is a classic shot of Bora Bora at sunset. And to finish up, just to mention, you see we have a couple of coral gardens here, so you can do snorkeling right at the resort. And there, of course, is our wonderful white sand beach there. So thank you very much for your time today, everyone. But just to finish up, I just wanted to talk a little bit about how you can work with Skip. He is one of our Tahiti specialists and one of our preferred partners. And through him, we have a variety of different special offers here at the resort. So, for example, we have an introductory program which is only valid for sale until the end of January. So, if you get in quick, you could take advantage of this. It's a 30% program, 30% discount. Wow. But it also includes breakfast and dinner daily. So that is going to give you some significant savings when you book through Skip. If you miss out on that, no problem. We have other programs available, like a Stay 3 Pay 2 program, Stay 4 Pay 3. The Stay 3 Pay 2 program, for example, you can double it and it could become a Stay 6 Pay 4. So when you're talking with Skip, just ask him about these different programs that we actually have, and he'll be able to create a lot of value for you during your stay here in the islands of Tahiti. So once again, everybody, thank you very much for your time today. And Skip and I look forward to presenting part 2 of our wonderful Pearl Resorts of Tahiti program to you in the near future.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dave. And yeah, if anybody ever wanted to go to Bora Bora, now is the time to do it, especially with Dave's specials. But the redo of the property, Dave, is absolutely amazing because I've been to it before. And so and it was great before, but this is even, it's mind blowing every time I see it personally. So anyways, but thanks again, Dave, for your time, and y'all get ready for installment 2 and 3. I'll let you know when that's coming up. But again, Dave, thank you so much, my friend.
Okay, Skip. Thanks very much, Skip, and thank you, everybody. And we look forward to welcoming you to Bora Bora.
Absolutely.